This is the reality of trying to lose weight as somebody that used to have an eating disorder and is still working on loving themselves.
All right, I just want to be very transparent before you watch this. If you get triggered by people talking about mental health issues or eating disorders or not eating, this is probably not the episode for you. I talk very transparently about struggling with my eating disorder again this week, and I just want you to not get stirred up if you don't need to get stirred up. If you can handle it, please proceed. I'd love for you to watch the whole video, but if not, please just watch the next one. Like I said, this is called balanced living, not perfect living, okay? The only perfect one was Jesus.
Despite tracking, I keep gaining water weight. I can feel that something's not right in my stomach. And it has made me want to relapse with my eating disorder. So I don't know what I am going to do right now, but right now I feel like I need to take a step back and just try to work on whatever's making me not want to eat to make myself be smaller instead of working on whatever is causing the inflammation in my body. Because again, I've been tracking. So I know that I haven't gained 2 pounds of fat. But my brain is not hearing truth right now. My brain is hearing fix it by not eating. And I cannot do that. I guess I just need to work on the emotional component of it. This has happened a couple of times before where I gain 5 or 6 pounds of water weight while I'm processing something. And once the situation is resolved, then I lose 7 or 8 pounds of water weight. It's like a whoosh. But yeah, I absolutely cannot relapse. I will not relapse for the sake of losing 24, 26, 27 more pounds. I will not do it. Yeah, this has been humbling. And it's only Tuesday, so I'm hoping, selfishly, by Saturday, that I will be better mentally, that my inflammation will be better, and that I can healthily weigh in. But as it's looking right now, that is not going to happen. So we will see if I do a Monday motivation next week, or if I need to take a week and just be kind to my body until the inflammation releases and I can quit thinking that I need to starve myself in order to be smaller. This is the reality of trying to lose weight as somebody that used to have an eating disorder and is still working on loving themselves. All right, so update. Going in to play pickleball. I'm genuinely hoping that this helps kick some of the water weight because this has been one of the worst body image days I have had in a really, really, really long time. So I'm kind of off of my ultra low, which is good. I went to see my naturopath. I'm on some adrenal supplements, which is great and should help. But man, it has been humbling thinking that I was kind of over this whole eating disorder thing, and then water weight and seeing the scale go up when I had only been seeing the scale go down for a while. Water weight being that triggering was crazy. I was like, I thought I was over this. But alas, being in certain situations and under certain stressors put it right back at the front of my mind. And I think that it's important to talk about because if you've had an eating disorder or if you struggle with self-depreciating thoughts or like poor self-identity, like it may be in remission, but I feel like to an extent, like we're always an addict. Like I can be fully healed and delivered from participating in something and still have the desire to go back to it. And that's where I got caught in the last couple of days, putting more value in the number on the scale than how I was treating my body. Luckily, I don't have anything that I feel like I need to repent for, except for the fact that I was telling myself no to food more than I should have when I knew that I should have been eating. Like yesterday, including my deficit with my eating and then my deficit with exercise, I was at like 1,000 calorie deficit.
and that's too much. So at like 8 o'clock last night after getting home from pickleball, I had to tell myself that it was okay if I had some toast, because I always eat sourdough toast. If I, like, that's the only thing that my body will digest without giving me indigestion at night, is like gluten-free sourdough bread with some butter. And I was like, I am allowed to have some sourdough bread. And it was like pulling teeth getting myself to want to eat it, because I was like, well, I could just go to bed hungry, and maybe some of the water weight will fall off. And that was just, I literally had to tell my mom what was going on so that I don't allow myself to get all the way back into the throes of an eating disorder. And I know that with everything going on right now, I'm grasping for control. So I am grasping for control of areas that I can control easily, and that is my diet and what I put in my body and what I do with my body, because everything else kind of feels out of control right now. So yeah, I'm trying to get grounded again, come back to earth, touch some grass, and realize that even at 200 and something pounds, the weight that I am right now, like, I'm still healthy. My numbers are still good. And if God said he wants me to lose 30 pounds, like, come hell or high water, we're going to lose 30 pounds. Like, I'm going to lose 30 pounds if God says so. And I haven't wanted to get on here and tell you guys about this, but I feel like if I've been this vulnerable and honest with it thus far, and then if I just don't show up for a week or two of Monday motivation, then it's going to be like, well, where did she go? Like, she's struggling. But I'll keep checking in throughout the week, and then maybe Saturday things will be different. But today's Wednesday and they're still hard. I'm just understanding that it's more valuable for me to have my physical health than it is for me to lose a couple of pounds this week. So the water weight will come off. I just have to keep being kind to myself in the process. All right, it is Thursday morning and I am doing better. My supplements are working. Everything is moving again. Water weight is starting to come off. And luckily, with all of it, I was able to keep eating, number one, and also not binge, number two. So I think that the best thing I did for myself was, despite everything that was going on up here and everything that was also going on here, I just did not change what I was doing. I proceeded as if nothing was different. And that probably saved me from fully spiraling, because I just kept doing what I knew was already working. And I know that it is going to continue to work as my supplements start helping me to, like, get less inflamed, releasing water weight, all of that kind of stuff. Because I think that what I used to do is, when the scale would jump up or down, I would change my entire diet, change my workout routine to something completely unsustainable. And then I would throw myself fully back into an eating disorder. So the fact that I did not do that this time, I think there was tremendous wisdom. And it was not my wisdom, because I was very transparent. I wanted to go full-fledged back into an eating disorder. That was my fleshly desire, was just to run straight back into the fire and get the weight off one way or another. But I think God, in all of his wisdom, was able to convince whatever part of me is still needing healing in that area, that if it was working before, it will continue working. I just have to keep doing the same thing, and then also work on the emotional stuff that's going on in order to be able to see freedom. So I genuinely hope that I do not have to make a video like this again in the future, but I want you to hear from somebody on the internet that you follow for weight loss stuff, that this is the reality of recovery. Just like an addict, I'm still going to have times where going back to my old ways, going back to my old things, is the most appealing thing there is. And I still have to choose to kill my flesh and strengthen my spirit, ensuring that I am not going to keep making decisions that are bad for my body. So also, on a side note, my rental car, in my Jeep, I used to be able to just, like, set my phone on my steering wheel. And now I'm having to figure out, like, how to just hold it while videoing. And that's honestly, like, I feel like an influencer now, which is not my favorite thing. Like, Like people are just watching me sit in my car and video. But anyway, yeah, it's been an interesting week. Yesterday I was at 211.4, which I'm gonna be honest, I pretty much freaked out. And then today I weighed in at 210.4, so I've already lost a pound of water weight, which I can feel that there's less heat in my abdomen now, meaning like the inflammation is starting to release, which is amazing. And I need it to continue releasing, number one, because I shouldn't be holding on to that water weight. But number two, I just don't want to keep having to battle my mind and my body at the same time. So I am praying that whatever happened this week, whatever needs to come up will come up. Whatever I need to work through, I will work through. And other than that, I'm just going to keep doing what I knew was working. And one day, if and when I hit a plateau, I'll make some changes and I will go from there. But as for right now, everything is still working the way that God said it would. I just had a couple of hiccups that I had to work through. This is probably one of the hardest videos I've ever had to make, but I, for the sake of transparency, needed you guys to know what was going on. At this point, I feel pretty confident that I will be able to do a Monday motivation, even if I still have several pounds of water weight. I'm just going to take it as an increase and be okay. So, yeah, it's overall been it's turning out to be a better week, even if the first half of it was absolute garbage. So I will see you guys on Monday for Monday motivation, and I'll catch you on the next episode of The Whole Journey.